This week, further from Earth than any human has ever been, 4 astronauts didn't just make history, they actually showed us how to grieve. Because we all got to witness a beautiful moment when mission specialist Jeremy Hansen jumped on the radio to mission control. And he said this: "A number of years ago, we started this journey in our close-knit astronaut family, and we lost a loved one. Her name was Carroll, the spouse of Reid, the mother of Katie and Ellie. And what the crew proposed was that an unnamed crater on the moon, that it would be named Carroll, after the wife of their Commander Reid Wiseman, who tragically died from cancer in 2020. A beautiful moment of tears, of honoring, and of a big group hug. A beautiful example of us in the truest essence of our humanity, and of a history of humans grieving that goes literally back to the dawn of our existence. So today we're going to be talking about a thing called continuing bonds, and we're going to be taking a dive back through history and more recently through popular culture to see how bonds have been continued since the dawn of our time. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is Death on the Daily, and in this space we talk all about death and grief and actually what they can teach us about living this life well. If you're new here, I would love it if you could hit subscribe. And for any of my subscribers, welcome back. It's always beautiful to share this space together. The continuing bonds is a theory that's backed up by so much grief research that shows that our bonds and our relationships with our loved ones don't end when they die. In fact, it's a really good thing for us and for how we process our grief, for us to continue our bond, for our relationships with our loved ones to actually transform and evolve into new spaces and new ways that we bring them into our lives and honor them. So there's no pressure here to let go of our loved ones. In fact, what this is about is how we carry them forwards in different ways. And for me, this is a really personal one as well. I honor my daughter every single day through the work that I do as a grief and life transitions coach, through this Death on the Daily channel, through many different little rituals, including these yellow flowers here, because her name means lioness heart in my husband's Maori language. It's Ngako Raiona. And her color is, of course, because of lioness energy, it's yellow. And obviously the crew of Artemis II's honoring of Carroll by naming that crater on the moon after her is just so, so beautiful. And if we look back through history, we can actually see some other really beautiful examples. From Queen Victoria, who blazed her own trail in her mourning. She was not to be rushed. For the 40 years after her husband, Prince Albert's death, she wore mourning clothes. She also for years had her servants lay out his clothes every single night, as if he was still with her. Plus, she wore jewelry that carried a lock of his hair. She had casts made of his hands. She also had monuments that were put up for him. And what this really shows is the love that can endure after someone's death. And I really love the fact that Queen Victoria just was not going to be rushed at all in her mourning. And in fact, what she did was she set some societal trends. That jewelry with the lock of hair from someone who's died, that actually became fashionable within the Victorian era. And then when we go all the way back to ancient times, we just have to look at the pyramids, at those tombs in honor of the pharaohs and the royalty that walked the earth at that time. Acts of love, of devotion, of honoring, of remembrance that can still be seen from space. Or the Taj Mahal that was built by an emperor to honor his wife who tragically died in childbirth. So many incredible moments in history that we all still visit today that are in honor and remembrance of our love for those who died, of that continuing of our bonds after they've died. But also if we turn our eye to popular culture, we can see continuing of bonds that are happening everywhere. From Nick Cave, who honors his son Arthur, who tragically died at the age of 15, through his writing, through his songs, through just how he brings him up into conversations every day. And then there's Kobe and Gianna Bryant, whose legacy continues through the work of Vanessa and their family, as well as at the Lakers, and how not just Kobe, but both of them have been honored throughout. Here's what I really want to end with. The fact that your love doesn't have to end when the person or the pet dies. The fact that actually you can continue your bonds in any way that you wish to. And obviously we don't have to name a crater on the moon after our loved ones or build a pyramid. It can be as simple as, exactly as I've shared, little touches of yellow that I put everywhere for my darling daughter. The necklace that I wear every day that is a lioness and her cub in honor of her. The little yellow hearts that I put on a lot of my writing and messages to people, that is just a little note to myself that she's always present with me. And taking a cue from Queen Victoria, however long you feel your grief and you want to honor it, that is just beautiful. I'm going to be honoring my grief for life. And I hope that if you feel inspired to do so, that you can do the same too. That wraps up this mini episode of Death on the Daily. If you like this episode, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button, maybe hit that like button too. And I'd also love to hear in the comments any of the ways that you keep your bonds alive and continue them to this day. If you comment below, I will be there to honor them with you. Wherever you are in your journey, know that I'm always here. Death on the Daily is always here, and I'm sending you so much love.